Yes, people. What's going on? Zigal Talks Football. We're back again with another video. I'm starting early because I don't think anybody knows why we're starting so early, but we got to talk about a lot of stuff. But before we go any further, please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button. And let's get this video started the right way. As always, we're going to be talking about the Premier League weekend, what happened, Newcastle winning the Carabao Cup, Man City dropping points, Spurs losing, and of course, nothing more than Arsenal telling Chelsea to try harder, as always. But my guest for today, I think I'm going to start it off a little bit quicker with a little bit different first with my boy Patrick in the building. Patrick, what's going on, bro? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Sorry, I was just on the phone call, but big up for having me. I'm good. I just came from picking up my daughter from some birthday party, so I just came in.
No worries. And you know what? I just wanted to start off by saying big up to you, Patrick. And I can see that you almost pretty much raised the initial 15K that you wanted to.
No, yeah, it is, but I had to raise it to thing because I didn't know that I didn't know GoFundMe takes an amount of it. And then I was also silly enough not to know that when you're going to Turkey, you have to cover everything. I only put an amount for treatment. So I had to raise, somebody told me to raise it this morning. So I raised it up this morning.
Big up. Tell us, man. So tell us about the cause and tell us what you found out. Because honestly, I haven't had you on a stream to explain it. So just let the people know.
No, it's quite simple. It's as I did a video on this, but I'm just going to tell everybody. So last year, it started with breast cancer, and then it was breast cancer stage 3. And then I had surgery, and after surgery, I had chemo for 6 months. Like this picture here is from the chemo. So that's a picture from chemo. And then after the 6 months, I did radiation for 2 weeks. So there was an issue that they were scared of, which I was also scared of myself, which I thought is the biggest headache I have. So they could cure breast cancer, right? They said they can cure it and treat it, the one I had. Which was great news, but I had something on my rib, on my left side of the rib, which was the scary thing, you know what I mean? That, if it gets on the rib, it's going to go to stage 4. That's what they say. So after radiation, they did scans and the thing on the rib was gone. So that means it was cancer. So it was gone. So the biggest threat was gone because from the breast, if it goes somewhere, it's stage 4. Then I thought, okay, things are looking great. You saw me. I started growing my hair back. Even right now, my hair started falling again because I'm back again on the radiation. You can see these patches. So I'm going to end up looking like this again very soon. So the scans were great. Everything was great. I was telling my mom, the thing on the rib, they can't find it. It means it was cancer, but it's been gone. But forward to September last year, I just woke up one morning and my hip was locked and I couldn't stand up. And then I was like, maybe the mattress is the issue. You know, I have issues with the mattress. Then I was like, you know what? I'm going to just leave it for a while. Maybe it's an issue with my back. I've done something. It kept on going for weeks. Painkillers couldn't get rid of it. You know, back in the days when I had back issues or pain issues, you could take a painkiller or a strong painkiller. This couldn't help. So after September, I went back to the doctors and say, I'm having issues with my back and this is a bit extreme, at a point where I can't move or walk sometimes, and then my right leg becomes numb. And she was like, we did a scan on your pelvis just 2 months ago. You are grand. This must be a muscle issue. You're grand. Your scans have been perfect. Your bloods have been perfect. And right now we're giving you an injection. Maybe the injection is affecting your leg and your back. I was like, okay, cool. Then they're like, you know what? Just for the sake of to put your mind at ease, we're going to take you and do a bone scan. So when they did the bone scan, that was December, during Christmas, just before Christmas. They said your results will not come early because it's Christmas, so it'll be delayed. On the 9th of January, when I went for my regular injection, just to get an injection, to the one which was like to cover that the cancer must never spread, that's when I was told that I was called into a room. And as soon as I was called into that room, I knew that something is not right here. And they already had the chats open. They had everything. She's like, do you see these 2 areas over here at the bottom of your hip where it's shining? She's like, unfortunately, I think it's not good news. I think it's moved from being breast cancer. It's gone to your bone. And then I asked them, I was like, but few months ago, we did a scan there. She's like, I don't know. I can't explain. It usually takes a year or 2 years sometimes, or 5 years before this happens. We were giving you injections to stop it from spreading. But unfortunately, I have to give you this news. I can't tell you otherwise. So that's when I was like, fuck this. I think that day I broke down. And I think for that week, the whole week, I wasn't talking to anybody. I think I just sat in the bed. I didn't eat any food, I think, for a while. I was just sitting there, just thinking that why after 6 months of chemo and everything was clear, all of a sudden now it's here. So basically when it goes to that, it's when it turns into stage 4. And then I remember when I asked that, okay, what can you do? She was like, well, we can't remove your bone. And so it's sort of uncurable way it goes, so you can't do anything here. And I was like, so what do you do to people like myself? She's like, well, I can give you morphine, liquid morphine, and strong painkillers before you meet the head of oncologist. But the other thing is, we can do treatments of low chemo and then radiation. I was like, what is that for? It's like, unfortunately, that doesn't get rid of anything, and it just reduces your pain. So after that, she just walked out and then gave me my painkiller prescription. And then I had to sit in a room. Everybody was gone. They did that treatment because I sat in that room and I was just sitting in the room crying myself I couldn't stop crying because I was like, what the fuck? Then I think I called my mom and said, I think this is it for me. I can't continue fighting this. And my mom was like, I was like, that pain, it's gone somewhere else. So that's basically it. So they called me again later on and said, look, we told you this before. We've told you this before, but what we can do is this. So the issue here is, the reason why I'm doing this is, one of my friends told me not to just sit down and just accept the public hospital treatments, because he said public hospital treatments are limited. You must remember that. So when I started going on Google and researching, I found out that the private hospitals around the world, or hospitals around the world in other countries, seem to offer like 10 options, options that the treatment is stronger. So that's when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have to go somewhere. To be honest with you, I didn't want to do the funding. I wanted to wait until I'm done with the treatment here in Ireland. But my friend was like, this treatment is not that strong. You should do it fast now instead of waiting. Because the other issue with the cigar is, number one, you can end up in a wheelchair because your bones can fracture. Because if it continues eating you, you can. So my friend was like, hurry up now. Don't reach a point where you're actually unable to walk. And then you go this, and he was like, man, the more you wait, the worse. Says, just do this. If it takes 6 months to raise the funds, at least you get there. Then local people from here were like, we're also going to help. So here we are. That's where we are. So unfortunately,
the sooner the better, bro. Let me just say this. I put the link in the description. It's the only link in the description. If you guys can support by any means necessary, be it by sharing or even donating, if it's £1, if it's £100, if it's £20, whatever it is, it's for our boy Patrick here. So go to the GoFundMe and try to help donate. Bro, it's unbelievable how much money you've already raised from everybody, and the support has been amazing. Hopefully the football community is here for you, and we can continue to help you
and
out.
let me just answer. There's a question there, and I think a lot of people keep asking this. I do understand that America has clinics that are top class and the number one. Germany also, I spoke to a German specialist just this afternoon. They called me, but guys, unless 60 grand to 100 grand drops on my lap, I can't go to America. Nor can I go to Germany. I would have loved to go to Germany because there's a guy who is called a guru there. He's a specialist and he won an award last year. He's a specialist for what I have, but I don't think 50 grand to 60 grand is dropping at my lap. So look, I would rather take what I have, go to Turkey and get whatever treatment. But also, believe it or not, I'm not just looking at Turkey. I've actually spoken to places like Japan, even places in Ireland. There's one hospital. It's a very posh hospital. I've also spoken to them. So people keep asking about America and Germany. Trust me, I wish I had the funds to go there, but I don't think 100 grand is dropping on my lap anytime soon. So that's why.
You know what? It's nice to hear from you, Patrick, and honestly, lovely to have you on the channel. Do me a favor, guys. Please do donate if you can by any means necessary for Patrick. And big up Ahmed for joining us. Big up Specs and Strasbourg Steve. If you can't notice, There's a big Newcastle contingent on the panel today. So please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button. We're not doing all the banter today. We're keeping it serious. Big up to the boys. We're not hating on Liverpool. We're just bigging up Newcastle right now. So let's big up Newcastle. Let the Newcastle boys speak. And you know what? Since I invited Specs and Steve, let's do it in order. Steve came in first, Specs, so I'll let him go first. Steve, take it away, man. How you feeling?
I still don't believe it, to be honest. I mean, when I first started supporting this club, it was 2017-18. The first game we lost 2-0 to Spurs, and then the very next game lost to recently promoted Huddersfield Town. And I was just looking back at all the games that I've watched and like some of the teams we've had and the dreadful manager Steve Bruce. I mean, we've been through a lot, man. We've been through a hell of a lot. And Specs obviously been around the block with Newcastle longer than me, and he could tell more horror stories about what we've been through. And it's just like it's amazing, man. Full credit to ever since we got taken over by PI, full credit to them. They appointed Eddie Howe. They've made great moves. Shout out to Amanda Stavely as well, because she was the one that initially said we're gonna win the champs, Carabao, FA Cup, Premier League, and all that. So I'm over the moon, man. I'm over the moon. So and then the way we played as well. That is what Eddie Howe wants to do. I'm glad he's stuck with his guns for this game, because I feel like in certain games this year or in the past, he hasn't really game management hasn't been on point. You know, the approach of the team wasn't always super clear and direct. And I felt like from minute 1 to 90, the team had a strong identity. The team had a strong execution of the game plan, and we followed through with it. And we took our chances when we really, really needed to. Pope at 2-0, that's the moment of the game for me when I felt, wow, this really might be our day. Because if they score that goal, it's 2-1 with 60 minutes in, somewhere around there. There's a lot of time for Liverpool to get back in that game. So big up to Nick Pope. Big up Trippier, the guy who started all this. The first transfer we got in January under our new ownership all those years ago. Big up Trippier, because yesterday was vintage Trippier. Winning headers, getting it back to Pope. Some of the crosses into the box were outstanding. Big up to Burn, another one of those January signings, coming up with the clutchest moment of his life and his pro career for his boyhood club, Newcastle. Big up Cher, because he actually played really well. Big up to Livramento, speed, power, defensive capabilities. He drove us up the pitch at crucial times, played some good balls in the box. Was the crucial kind of hockey assist to Murphy, who headed it down to Isak for the crucial second goal. Big up the 3 WWE midfielders. You know what I'm saying? Bad boy midfielders in Tonali, Joelinton, Bruno G. The only mistake that those guys really made was Bruno for the Chiesa goal, kind of being a bit too fancy. Luckily, we didn't pay the price for it, but big up Tonali for the powerful runs up the pitch. Big up Bruno for just, passion, quality, intensity, commitment. Same with Joelinton. Barnes had some good moments in the game as well. Murphy headed it to Isak for it, and Isak obviously was a clutch finish, and he overall played well. The guys off the bench did their job. The man on the bench, the manager, did his job. So it was a complete team effort yesterday. Against a Liverpool team that I thought we were going to lose the game. I thought we were going to lose to them in the fashion that we beat them, actually. I thought that they were going to play us off the park because they've been there and done that so many times. But we took the occasion, man. We stepped up to the plate and made history, and all of them are club legends for us. That's kind of how I'm feeling, bro. I was extremely grateful, and I'm excited to see where we go post Carabao Cup win. But yeah, amazing day. One of the best in my life, honestly. I'm sure Specs would agree fully, but yeah, man, that was awesome.
Take it away, Specs.
Yeah, man. Big up, brother, man. I feel your joy, man. For me, tears of joy, man. I couldn't hold myself, bro. Like, the feeling is real. Do you get what I'm saying? I didn't expect it. Now, you got to understand, for someone like me from North London, Tottenham, bro, before the whole social media thing. No Newcastle friends, you get what I'm saying? Them time you have to go on teletext to find out what's going on with the news and that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Since, bruv, I've seen it all.
Big up red button.
I've seen us get. Huh?
So the big up red button for the teletext. That's sorry.
I'll say, yeah, bro, old school, you get me?
Old school, that's all right.
Share my age, you get me? What I'm saying is, I've seen us get relegated twice. I've seen us get promoted. I've seen us in back-to-back finals in Wembley, in the FA Cups when Arsenal won a double, and then the next year, Man United won a treble. And it gets to a certain point, you think you're never going to see the day, bro. You had Mike Ashley in charge for how long? I've seen it all, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Going into this game, it was the first time I was kind of negative and had no hope because I've seen it already. I've seen this game play out before. You get what I'm saying? Liverpool, Carabao Cup holders, they're gonna win the Prem, or they're most likely to win the Prem. Regardless what happened against PSG, I just thought they'll come. They've got the know-how, and they'll want to owe their fans something. As my brother said, he thought it would be the other way around. The way the performances was, they thought Liverpool would be the ones dominating, etc. Salah was missing, Jota was stinky. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I saw the actual starting lineup and I saw Nick Pope in goal, I ain't gonna lie, I was fuming. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I said, you know what? Just gonna support the team, do my live watch along. We're here. It's proud just to get there. I genuinely, for the first time, the one time I have no hope or any dreams, it threw me off to see what happened. Dan Burns pushing trolleys at 17. Nothing wrong with that. Do you get what I'm saying? But his journey, it was written. The guy's from Blythe, bro. He's 32 years old. Just got his England call up. He's been around the block. He's been at Birmingham on loan. He's been at Yeovil. He's already scored at Wembley before in one of the little cups. He's been at Fulham, bro. Wigan, Brighton. He can go on and on. So it was written. And I think Eddie Howe in that game at Anfield the other day, he kind of alluded to it. He said, I think it was all mind games, bro. Credit to Eddie Howe. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Because he said he purposely set up different. Now to think of it, he probably purposely put Isak on the bench. It's like a free hit, kind of in his head, just so Slot doesn't know. You get what I'm saying? What he's really going to be doing. And that goal from Dan Burns, he said they've been training all week for that set piece. 2 weeks. House said it was for weeks, but he said it's been awful when they're trying it out in training, but it worked when it mattered.
So you're saying you intentionally weakened your team so they didn't see the best of
the
you.
The setup, how we play.
Yeah, you set up different, so they intentionally didn't see the best of you.
Basically, so like, didn't show his hand, didn't it, to say like, so it's not an obvious dress rehearsal. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, so I rate Eddie for that. And look, man, the only thing you could say that the way was that the outcome was the only thing going into this game. Yes, I had no optimism. I'll keep it real. I went on many channels. I kept it 100, innit? I'm not a liar, innit? I say how I feel. He knows all about that. You get me? People got to get at him all the time. You get me? Because of his opinions. Man. But going into the game, all I wanted was Newcastle to show heart. It was heart that was going to win the game and that midfield battle for me. You get what I'm saying? On its actual day, more or less, I think we've got the best midfield. When those three are on it, I in the Premier League right now, I truly believe that. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why it was going to be won and lost for me. But we absolutely battered Liverpool, bro. We bullied them. We wanted it so much more. We've been here before with most of the same players. You understand? And so they got that feeling of how it felt. Eddie Howe said it was a very low moment, more than people think, especially for the coaching staff and etc. Now we go again. So I just thought it was going to be the same old. We're not going to turn up. But we turned up, bro. Every man, get me. Bruno, done what usually Bruno does when he had that silly moment that he does, tried to do a fancy turn, and then Chiesa got back into it. But when Dan Burns scored, that's when I had hope. When Isak, big gunman Isak, oh, what a beautiful goal. When Chiesa scored, I thought, here we go. You get what I'm saying? Like, can you imagine if we lost that game in that fashion? That would have finished me, bro. My blood pressure was already high, bro. Watching it, get me, I was getting nervous. People are messaging me, congrats, when it was 2-0. I said, the game ain't finished. As stinky as Liverpool was, you never write them off, bro. You never write them off. So that's, and what the Newcastle players to stay focused, don't let the emotions get to them, because we all couldn't believe it. Like, oh shit, we're 2-0 up. Are we really going to do this? Even it was 2-1 and there's like a few seconds left. I didn't believe it until I saw that final whistle and saw that guy engraving our name on the trophy, bro. This is our World Cup, bro. Trust me. Other people might not be. Look, if Liverpool won it.
Do you agree with this comment that Sophie said? Sophie said, you can't stop talking about getting Isak. Our chairman said the club chief do not consider any offers for Isak?
I don't think Isak's going nowhere, regardless what happens, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? But money does talk. If people are willing to give a starting price of what, or let's say 135 minimum starting price, are they gonna go up to 150? I don't know. Unless Isak is gonna be pushing for it and saying, look, transfer request. You might be like, look, man, I scored the winner in the Carabao Cup. I gave you something, man. Let me go. But I can't see that. He's loved there.
Anyways, guys, we got the loser of the Carabao Cup in the building, Rock. How you feeling?
Hey, Rock.
That was
yo.
Commiserations, man. Commiserations.
No problem. Listen, just as I said to Steve yesterday and Philip on the terrace, unlike some fan bases, I'm very, very happy for you guys. Congratulations, you fully deserved it. Newcastle's a proper football team, man. I bumped into a few Newcastle supporters today, and I literally said to them in person, I'm a Liverpool fan. You guys deserve it. Congratulations. I'm very happy for you. And it's all true. And they outplayed us. I think Eddie Howe, with some of his tactics, got the better of Slot on some occasions. And in a final, you need to step up. If you don't, you end up on the wrong side of it. And no excuses. Congratulations to Newcastle. They did it, and their fan base over the last several decades has been through a lot, right? They've been through a lot. Mike Ashley era. There's a lot of pain, and I don't think a lot of big football clubs have felt that kind of pain. Maybe Patrick, the City fans have probably felt it, going up and down and all that kind of stuff. And Newcastle have been in that same kind of situation. Arguably, there's one thing. If you're on the crest of a wave, or if you're down in the doldrums, there's one thing. But one thing football fans don't like is stagnation. And I think a lot. I may be wrong, but under the Mike Ashley era, it was just a long period of stagnation, and you couldn't see a light at the end of the tunnel. And this is the light at the end of the tunnel. Congratulations, they deserved it.
Nothing. We were nothing club. As I hate Gary Neville said it, and I had to admit it. We were a nothing club. It was toxic at St. James's. There was nothing going on, bro. Like, imagine every season, bro. We got to a point. I didn't watch Match of the Day for years, bro. Like, what was the point, bro? You get what I'm saying? Like, it was nothing. And then, like Steve said before, Amanda Staveley came in. You get what I'm saying? She started the ball rolling. This is Eddie Howe's full second season. Do you get what I'm saying? Full second season, and he's won a Carabao Cup. And just for him personally, it kind of steps up his level a bit. Like, he's under pressure. Like, he's supposed to be like the best English manager right now, and he's got to do it. Because I'm a big advocate for British English managers. Like, I'll always say on other channels, like, it's just how I am. I'm born here. You know what I mean? You want to see the English coaches do well. You get what I'm saying? So he's
like how I want to see American coaches, good ones, get there. Yeah. Makes sense.
I don't know a Canadian coach besides Jesse March.
Yeah, that's all right. But yeah. But anyway, he was the flag for England. You get what I'm saying? He probably will be the next England manager at some point. But yeah, man, kudos to Eddie Howe,
he's had people questioning, right? Both for the Newcastle job,
that's
like
what I'm saying.
How long is it going to be?
Even he questioned it.
No, not me, bro. Why you all trying to troll? You know I'm the guy that's never ever said Eddie Howe out. Look, and those guys saying
no, you didn't say Eddie Howe out, but you were on the fence with him.
No. When we got that bad run, they asked me. Remember, people wanted me to say it, innit? I said no, I'm not on this guy. I said I'm on the fence if it carries on. But I can never.
Wait, I have a question though. I have a question though. Like, look, big up to Specs and Steve, man, and big up to you, man. But I have a question for you, right? Because let's be serious here for a minute. This is the second time you guys have been a team that I believe it or not. Number one, I believe you're going to walk the Champions League. I truly believe that because the Champions League looked easy for you, and trust me, it was easy for you. And I think you guys, with the whole mixture of the new guys like McAllister, Szoboszlai, and them guys, you look great. You've done this before where you were with Klopp, and we thought you're going to win a quad, which quad is difficult. But I thought, you know what, they cannot win a quad, but I think they'll walk a few trophies. And the same thing with Klopp has happened at the end where you've lost it, at the end. Even against PSG. I know PSG woke up at the end, but I still thought you guys had enough to win those games and had enough to be the guys who are going to be favorites everywhere. Are you not worried that you know how people say this is the history of Arsenal. You know why that your team somehow, whenever you are, because even the time when you were walking the league, City looked shit. Laporte was injured, and we looked rubbish again, and you beat us by 20 points. So every time you guys are on top like that, and some of the teams look shit, how come you find that you always drop at the end like this, and you never actually manage to win all these trophies? Because let's not forget, Trent has tweeted, "I'm hungry." How many times? Few times, saying he's hungry for more trophies. And I'm not throwing. It's just that, don't you think there's something wrong where somehow you don't make it to the end? Like, let's even look at who knocked you out of the FA
Listen,
Cup.
I will. One thing I won't have is people disrespecting the Champions League and saying it's easy. How long with all your billions?
No.
How long did it? No, Patrick, let me go. How long with all your billions? How many? You guys contrived to steal defeat out of the jaws of victory 3 times against Real Madrid when you were by far the superior team. You've been the better team than Madrid over the last 5 years, every year apart from this year. And you've managed to get knocked out two or three times out in that period.
They're even a better team than Chelsea in the final that we did.
There is no easy. There is no easy in the Champions League.
Do you know my question? You know my question was not an attack.
Ask this guy how easy it is. Ask this guy how easy it is.
I think
there's no easy.
Listen. I hate when things go off track.
Now is the time I have my monologue. Now is my monologue time. Okay. So that's not easy.
Play some music in the background.
Okay.
Tag me in. Right.
I'm next.
1 minute. So also, Arsenal. I thought Arsenal were in a title race. Were they not in a title race? Because up until 3 weeks ago, Arsenal said they were in a title race. So you can't now say there is no title race if they've been into a title race up until 2 or 3 weeks ago. Make your mind up. Is that a title race or not a title race? You go? Were you in a title race? If you say you weren't in a title race, that is looking a lot worse for you. Okay? Right? So and no one said the year we were going for the quad. We were going for the quad. No one said we were definitely going to.
Okay. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Okay, so
a lot of people said you're going for the quad.
My ain't finished.
Go ahead.
Okay. We were going for the quad. You guys were ahead in the league table that whole period of time, right? But we got very close to you, right? In the end, we ended up losing by a point. But it is what it is. And then we played Real Madrid, your nemesis, the team that even though you were better than for 3 or 4 years, you got knocked out by multiple times. So you put them in the final.
Okay. So one more.
All I'm saying is that
you guys came in for all-time war.
Has this season potentially ended on a little bit of a disappointment?
A little bit. Bro, this is a massive L. How are you letting them get away with this? I just came in a show. I'm tired. How are you letting them get away with it?
I just wanna.
Can I ask you one more thing?
You stop laughing. You get down there.
One more thing.
You're on the bottom row. You deserve to be on the bottom row.
Me, Patrick, Steven, Specs, pass in the top row.
No.
You guys get down there.
What are you talking about, bro?
I have one more question before I go.
Patrick,
okay, so one more question. No, wait. Let me give him one more question. So
you better kill him, bro.
Okay, let me remove the. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm gonna remove the Champions League.
Don't do him a favor.
Okay, why were you knocked out of the FA Cup by that team?
Plymouth.
Because Slot thought he was too smart for his own good. He over-tinkered, just like a certain manager you know very well.
Oh,
Patrick.
Guys,
I got another question. Why didn't you start
win?
Nunes instead of Jota against Newcastle? Because Jota had a stinker.
He did. So did Nunes. Anyone who puts any faith in Nunes, I have no faith in your judgment.
I just think you guys could have done a double or come up with 3 trophies. I think this is a stinker.
I thought we would win yesterday.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask?
Jump in.
I'm just got here.
I know what we're debating.
I have like 2 questions there, but I'll start with my first question.
Get down. Get down there.
I won this week, unlike you.
I'm a champion elect.
My question to you, Rack, is why does it always feel like towards the end of the season, your players just always get tired? It feels like it's the same story every single time. Your team gets tired. You don't sign players enough to maybe help out your bench options more, and it's like the same thing again and again and again. Like, that's just one thing, yeah. I just cannot. It just, like, you know, it's like doing the same thing again and again and again and expecting, like, you know, the results to change. In my eyes,
because FSG don't back their managers quite up to standard to be able to.
Steve, sorry, bro. Nice to meet you, but no one mentioned FSG when Salah was bagging every goal.
Thank you, Ballon Salah.
That's true.
You know, Salah in finals in Wembley. There's a record there, isn't it? I just wanted to ask.
Wait, can I ask? Does he still get the Ballon d'Or?
Dan Burn has outscored him.
Yeah, and they're comparing him to Hazard. Please, let's have some respect.
So Dan Burn over Hazard got pocketed by
let's respect Hazard, please.
Mendes,
Hazard,
and then he got pocketed by Livramento.
Crazy,
Shout out
man. Crazy.
Shout out Livramento, bro. He rolled up to that final and said, "Listen, you little Egyptian, you're not going nowhere. Yeah, you're gonna stay in my pocket until I say I can let you go." And that's exactly what happened, bro.
Salah was quiet still. Salah was quiet.
He got pocketed twice, bro, in big games. Twice in big
games.
Let
me squeeze in real because obviously congratulations Newcastle first and
big
foremost.
Up Newcastle, 70 years in that. Big up Specs.
Like listen, as a neutral watching this game, I got some quick observations. Liverpool have definitely looked like they're running out of energy now. Well, first of all, Newcastle were excellent. And I actually think that if Gordon had actually been available, they might have smashed Liverpool up. Like if Gordon had been, like, because it was that kind of.
Keep it real. It was that kind of game. Keep it real, man. Because I saw your chat in the chat.
Let me just say, Liverpool in the actual game.
Go for the neck.
In the actual game.
Well, you're cheerleader.
And I'm saying basically, like, I look at Liverpool's cup performances now, and you separate it from the league. And you say Plymouth, that's a stinker. That's an absolute stinker.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, and you look at PSG. But you say to yourself, Liverpool won the Champions League group stage, top team, all competition,
undefeated.
Undefeated. So if you ask me after that, you're going out in the next round. Liverpool fans will say no way. If you ask me after you win the first leg 1-0 away, you're going out in the first round. Liverpool fans will say, no, you're not. Right. Then you get to play Newcastle, you know, without Gordon and
Lewis Hall and Botman.
They do you. So I look at Liverpool now, and it's a bit like FM. You know, when you separate the grades for competitions, and the Prem has been like an A+. Yeah. But like if you say Champions League, what, B-, C+, FA Cup, D.
They pulled it.
What? Nah, it's not. No, you're too harsh. FA Cup, D, maybe an E. I'll say D. And then the League Cup, you can lose a final. So I'm like, even when Liverpool beat Chelsea last year, I was not like Chelsea bottled it. I was more like Liverpool won it. Do you know what I mean? As in, like, I like to go.
I hear it. I heard that take. I like that take.
Yeah. So all in all, yeah, amazing work to Newcastle and Eddie Howe. But Liverpool, what could have been an amazing season. And the thing is, really quickly, is I don't want to put like any like sort of fear into people, but I was looking at it. See, Liverpool got those 3 contracts this year, but they also next year have Konate, Kelleher, and Robertson out of contract. Yeah, and I'm like 6, let's say 4 first 11 players within 1 year of each other is wild. Yeah, for all their contracts to be coming up. Add in Robertson, who's also a first team, and that's 5. And Kelleher, who's a capable backup, that's 6. You got the Valencia keep coming in, but that's 5 players to, if not replace, get adequate cover. Slaps. It's actually like, you know, like things go up and down, and now it's looking like, okay, we're gonna have to see
Liverpool's last dance.
Do their thing, but yeah. Back to you guys.
And Jay, by the way, Jay, you know where I saw that Salah knew that this is the opportunity. First of all, number 1, to finally get a Ballon d'Or. Number 2, to finally get a treble or a quad. It's the fact that every time he lost in the FA Cup and this, have you noticed that when they look to Salah, even at the bench, or when you look at Salah in these moments, he's on the floor always like this. PSG, you wanted to cry. Against Newcastle, there's a picture of him standing kneeling down like this.
Do you blame him?
No, you can tell that these fools, I have tried to carry them twice to a treble.
Curtis Jones was clapping when Darwin Núñez missed his pen.
Yo,
Jones
Mendes,
doesn't
did you
care.
see that? Like everyone clapped off Núñez when he missed the pen. One person who didn't was Mohamed Salah.
Salah said he's getting ready for Saudi, man. That's what he said, man. It's time to get Saudi, man.
Don't ever compare.
By the way,
Salah
if
to
you guys
Ryan
see the
Giggs,
news that came out
Ronaldo.
an hour ago,
2 hours.
PSG, Van Dijk, the PSG.
Even to the MLS, I saw there was one to the MLS for like a really reliable reporter saying they might be going to the MLS.
Liverpool journalists reported it.
Crazy.
But I'm not gonna lie. If I was Mohamed Salah, I'd punch Van Dijk in the face, bro. Yeah, that first game, yeah, where he's sitting there saying, "This isn't League A. This isn't League A."
Yeah, I saw that.
But have you guys ever heard the expression? Yeah, us humans, we plan and then God laughs. Like you don't know what's coming around the corner.
Yeah, okay, so that's massive fake news.
No, but Jay,
don't talking about the foul.
Jay, don't give them
What the hell is Sam Maguire?
This isn't Liga in terms of physicality.
Yeah, bro, humble yourself, man.
I can run when I'm not on the show, but I like it to be kind of factual.
Okay, but guys,
let's at
yeah,
least
bro,
get in the realm
for a
of
second.
factuality.
For me, you just won the game, yeah. Go in the changing room, yeah. Celebrate with your team, have an early shower, go home. What the hell are you doing talking to the referees and the owner or the director of football of PSG saying this is not League A? Who the hell do you think you are, bro?
Respect my league. Respect me and Ahmed's league.
Yeah, man. See, he knows, man. He knows. That's
and bro, to sit there and get humble.
Every league is your league, Steve.
One second. One second. Guys, M is actually wrong. They were speaking to him, trying to persuade him to come to PSG, bro.
That's the second leg. The first leg, Van Dijk was arguing with the sporting director, saying he was actually telling him he was going, never a foul. This isn't League A. Second leg,
he said, bro,
they were having a conversation.
That was with the owner, though. He was having a conversation with that.
Wow,
Is this Liverpool's last dance? Because
he's not.
When
He's
you
not.
see stuff like this,
Liverpool be there, but
Don't
if they lose Van Dijk, bro, that's irreplaceable.
No one knows what will happen, man. But Rack, don't you think like I don't know what you don't think here? Do you think because I've played some substitutions at times in games, but do you feel like the Southampton game, for example, do you feel like recently he hasn't managed? You know, like some people say they were leggy. That's not an excuse, but would you say he could have managed the time of minutes of certain players a bit better?
So played Endo. That's what they should have done, Specs. They should have played Endo. Because they had legs in midfield.
To be honest,
Specs, at this point, they should have started Núñez instead of Jota, and I can't believe I'm saying that.
I know you're really pushing this Núñez to the started narrative.
No, but I get it though.
Dan Burn was looking like Nesta against these lot, bro.
All right, guys, can I say one more thing? This is done, right?
Yes, it is.
It's over. It's over, man. It's over. Wrap it up, man.
Who's gonna win it?
Yeah, Yamal probably will win it. I think Yamal's gonna win it.
You know, can I say something though? I think
I would love that, bro.
It depends how the Champions League depends how it goes in the Champions League, right?
Yeah.
If, for example, PSG win the Champions League, then what happens? Because all the main contenders,
Dembele.
Yeah.
Dembele has more.
He scored so many goals.
Mbappe.
Yeah, but he scored goals since the turn of the year.
Yeah, there's no way Salah's winning it.
But since the turn of the year.
Dembele,
not for the first half of the season. Not for the first half of the season.
Ousmane Dembele this season is killing it. He has
Rafinha, don't get
21 goals in the league.
I was going to say Rafinha as well, Patrick.
League. He has a total eclipsing 31 goals right now.
Yeah. Dembele's been amazing. Bro.
Do you know what's sad about Salah?
No, but we're not about to sit there and give Dembele the Ballon d'Or, bro.
They might. He's French.
It's a French award. If PSG win the Ballon d'Or,
Liverpool, cross-ones and that, bro, we ain't getting that, bro.
Do you know how this is voted? Do you know how the Ballon d'Or is voted?
It's a popularity contest.
It's voted by all the journalists across the world.
Trophies plays a bit in as well.
But why would it make a difference if it was a French publication?
Because they hold some weight in
wait. Then hold on. Then why did a certain Czech player win over a certain French player in 2004.
Oh, you're going there.
Why hasn't Mbappe won it yet?
Okay. Yeah. To be fair, that's
Steve.
Yo, Specs, big up. Big up, Specs. Really do appreciate you joining.
Congratulations, bro. I'm happy for you.
I'm hangover, and I'm tired.
Patrick, you got to go soon too, right?
Enjoy, man. Enjoy.
Yeah. But I wanted to say one thing. Don't you feel sorry for Salah? Because first of all, I respect Salah. I'll never say anything bad about Salah because regardless, I tried back in the days, but I used to say, okay, look, due to date of today, I say if you talk about Riyad Mahrez versus Salah, Mahrez is the guy who football is natural to him. Salah is somebody who obviously is a hard worker and obviously is just a clutch player. But if you talk about Salah, we're going to remember that Riyad Mahrez went to Egypt and won the AFCON on your head top. Then we're going to remember that this guy has failed even to get this team to a treble. It's a bit sad for Salah that
in
even
the annals
Ballon
of Premier League history, Riyad Mahrez will be an afterthought.
I don't
Whoa!
Wait,
his own teammate won an AFCON against him. His own teammate won an AFCON against him, by the way, as well.
Mohamed, give me a second. Yeah?
Salah and Riyad Mahrez are incomparable.
Right.
Are you mad? Bro, don't do
yeah?
that, bro.
Honestly.
I know Salah's up there, but Riyad Mahrez didn't get a player of the year with Leicester
give me a sec,
win
bro.
the league for no reason.
Let me
you got to put respect on Mahrez.
Riyad Mahrez has a treble, doesn't it?
Mahrez has an all-timer Premier League season.
But is anyone putting Mahrez in the conversation for greatest Premier League player?
No, but hold on. You can put Hazard in there. You can put Giggs in there.
He had a very big peak.
Hazard is not in the
I'm not
conversation
gonna lie
for
to you
greatest Premier
guys.
League player.
Salah has a place in the Premier League all-time 11.
That's an argument. Of course, you could make. Of course,
you can make that argument. I wouldn't disagree with that. No,
of course. Like he's
I don't think Riyad Mahrez.
Sorry, 1 second. Can I just address this twisted fate? Can I just address this twisted fate comment? Mahrez is a better footballer. What does it mean to be a better footballer? Unless someone gives me a definition, I ain't taking that. It's a lot of fucking nonsense.
Hold on. I got twisted fate. He's my guy. I can back him. All right. The definition of a better footballer. Do you know what a better footballer is for me?
Go on.
He's got the eye test. His touch is 10 times better. He controls the ball. The ball don't control him.
Well, some people wear glasses.
What are you telling that, Jay?
Unless you're talking about Davids, we're not doing it.
I mean, you say eye test, but some people wear glasses. So wouldn't that indicate that some people have better eyes than others?
Jay, before GNA, lads, I'm sure all of you lot can relate. Before GNA, it was all about the touch, how you maneuver the ball, like how you control the game. Are you the difference maker? Give me a second. Are you the difference maker? Yeah, no. The main guy
is definitely a difference maker.
You see, the thing is, all I'm hearing from you is a load of in specific.
You played the final against Newcastle.
It's very nebulous, right?
Livramento dealt with your guy, bro. He's not a world-class guy.
There's a model. There's a model called the four-phase model for player evaluation. Do you know what that's split into four specific areas? Technical, tactical, physical, and psychological.
So Berbatov is better than Ronaldo and Messi.
You may say, oh yeah, someone's got a great touch, right? That's a technical aspect. But is finishing a great technical aspect? Absolutely. Yes. Do you have to be physically fit at top level for as long as possible without getting injuries? Do some of these players have that? Does Hazard have that, for example?
Do you know what? Right. With all due respect, bro, I'm sick of this shit, bro. People are bringing up Salah, saying Salah's better than Giggs, better than Ronaldo, better than Henry, better than Hazard. Like, bro, he can't lace their boots, bro. He can't.
Who?
Salah. People are comparing Salah to Hazard, Ronaldo, Giggs. Yeah.
Okay. Let's just take Hazard for example. Well, let's just take Hazard for example.
Bro,
the four-phase model that I just what do you think? Okay, what do you think about Hazard's physical dynamics? His physical evaluation? What do you think?
I think physically, he was probably one of the best. He had a great low sense of gravity. Allowed him to move past players with ease. It was he had a great dribbling ability, right, in terms of like physically wise, which allowed him to do that.
Hazard used to play beach football. Okay,
listen, to give Salah credit, I'm going to give Salah credit here too. I think Salah physically is able to obviously add that bit of physicality in the sense of strength wise. He's able to get past his opponent. That's one thing I will say too.
physical longevity. How often is Salah injured?
I'm not upset. I'm disappointed.
Barely. The thing is, I would argue Salah and Hazard in their time in the Premier League have both not been injured, pretty much, because it's already after Hazard's left basically Chelsea that the injuries really came into the factor in my personal opinion. So that's why I wouldn't include that. That's why I wouldn't include that period.
We're evaluating these players over. But we're evaluating these players. No, I'm saying Hazard.
I'm evaluating. The thing is, right? I am evaluating Hazard and Salah over the Premier League time, right? So this is me actually like giving it like an even game.
The model that I'm talking about is used by the FA, and it's not just used in English sport in football. It's used across all different sports because all those facets are translatable to every single sport.
Why are you talking about the FA?
Mental. What?
Why are you talking about the FA, bro? Like judging a football player.
What I'm saying is that the model that I'm using to back up my point is not just used in football. It's used by organisations in football and outside of football internationally. You've just made up your thing out of nowhere.
No. I haven't made up my thing.
Because you said it's your eye test. Your eye test is not the same as somebody else's eye test.
Bro, all right, hear me out. Forget my eye test, yeah?
I'm using an objective measurement.
Hear me out, bro. Salah is that guy that you would not pick in beach football five-a-side. He's not that techie guy, bro. There's certain footballers for me.
You wouldn't pick him in American football either.
No.
Pick him in croquet.
I'm not gonna lie to you, like for a long time.
Tyler Adams,
for a long time, I have not.
Can I stop this conversation?
For a long
time,
it's gone
left.
I'm gonna look.
I gotta bring it back on topic,
me, bro. Against Newcastle, where you got to turn up, your last season at Liverpool. This is your moment. You just got kicked out of the Champions League, Turn up, You do absolutely nothing, and then you want me to turn around and say this guy's the greatest player to ever bless the Premier League.
Okay, but do you want to evaluate his whole body of work based on one final?
No. If you're a world-class player, you turn up. So, if you're a world-class player, you're the difference maker.
But even world-class players don't show up for him. How many finals did Messi lose? Messi lost the World Cup final. He won one afterwards.
You're talking to the wrong guy. I'm a Ronaldo fan.
He was castigating him. People were castigating him when he lost his World Cup final. That didn't make him any less great.
Part of the problem is though, Rakia, and listen, I hate to put it like this here. I don't know if Salah's gonna be here next season unless, like, obviously we find out.
I don't know either.
Right, but you know, the thing that I always say is that in life, whenever you meet people, they usually remember the earliest thing they did about you, and then the last thing you do as a player. It's very rare they remember the in-between period right now. And from like a Salah perspective, yes, he'll be remembered for obviously if this is his last season for winning the EPL, which is obviously going to be amazing and great. But he will also be remembered. But he will also be remembered. Just let me finish, bro. He will also be remembered, for having like a poor performance in the Champions League last 16 stage, and also in the final. No, I'm just obviously you can say he's bottled it. That's for you. I'm just trying to,
all right, guys, that's enough about the heated debates. Strasbourg Steve, congratulations. Rack, commiserations. You're probably gonna go on to win the league. Unfortunate you didn't win the Champions League or the League Cup, but hey, you still had a decent season. As for Arsenal Chelsea, Ahmed, comfy win for us, bro. Comfy win. Like, I'm not gonna lie. You guys are soft. Chelsea, very soft. When we play you guys, we don't have to.
Can I ask a question? Listen, I don't think we played well. I think we probably played one of our poorest performances ever. But I wouldn't say, I would say probably for you, yes, it was comfy. We didn't really create. We didn't really score. But at the same time, for you guys, the only thing I think you guys did score was a header, a full header. You know what I mean? I don't know. I wouldn't really say this idea of it being being soft.
I love the way you described the Chelsea performance. It's like, I'm not tall, I'm not handsome, I'm not clever, I'm not attractive.
Yeah, man. I mean,
but
I don't know.
You weren't much better either.
Yeah, legit. That's what it was. Like, I feel like both teams, attacking wise, were very poor. Yes, you eventually got your goal, which was where credit is due. I think just from a Chelsea perspective. Oh, he left. He's off.
Oh, man.
But like I just think from a Chelsea perspective, bro. Again, very poor, very rugged. I felt like we didn't come in with the right mentality into the game, in my personal opinion. You know what I mean? That and just in general was not a good performance. Simple as that. And I'm not happy with that performance. It's not a good performance. And I look at the team and I'm like, we played like, excuse my language, like bitches. Honestly, that's how I genuinely felt about that game.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Arsenal coming to Chelsea back in the day. That's how I felt.
That's the one thing you can say about
roles
Arsenal.
are somewhat reversed. You guys are now the soft team. We're the more like.
I don't even think it's that. I think the term. I think saying the term soft, is being too nice, actually, in my personal opinion. Because it's just, I think for me, it's not about being soft or stuff like that. It's just about, I think it's a mentality issue right now. All right, because yes, exactly. No, like one of the things that I know a lot of people like to make jokes about is passion, desire, and intensity. Like, you hear that a lot of the time. People like to make jokes about it, but genuinely, our team came into that game having none of that. I don't understand. Like, one of the things that really annoyed me in the game when I was watching it was like, Fofana was trying to time waste 1-0 down in the 60th minute. You're 1-0 down. What are we doing?
Came for a point. It's clear.
No, it doesn't matter if it came for a point or not, bro. We're not even creating chances to even get ourselves a point. So I just think for me, the performance was bad. The players are bad. I look at these last 9 fixtures, and yes, it's all well and good. But Jackson's going back for me after international break. Madueke's coming back from international break. But I find at times.
Oh, you missed Madueke, eh?
No, it's not like that, bro. Because like we were like this while he was playing too. So and same with Jackson. This is for me. Listen, like I'm a bit very. I'm in like a probably.
I don't think he meant that.
I know, but the thing is, like, I'm very pessimistic right now. That's the difference, right? I understand. Yeah, and like for me, it's just like, top 4. The only way we get top.
Nkunku. He was garbage. Bro.
The thing is, Nkunku was not even meant to be here. He was probably meant to be gone in January.
He was supposed to go in January.
Exactly.
What
so
about
it's
Sancho?
like
You're gonna return Sancho.
I mean, the moment you had the clubbers can play a fine to get him to return to United. I mean, the answer's in the question.
Take your money. Take money.
No, exactly right. Like the answer's legit in the question.
You taking back Sancho?
With the Indian guy who walks into the shopping.
They put in the fine, so
you taking back Sancho?
You
don't want it back.
Listen, they put in a fine there. At the end of the day, from a Chelsea perspective, just gotta hope and pray. You just gotta hope and pray, in my personal opinion.
Hope and pray, yeah.
The only reason why Raheem Sterling hasn't come back because you guys put a fine in also.
No. Our fine is for because we've got obligation to buy for Sancho, but we can put in they've put in a fine that we don't need to pay the obligation to buy. We can pay like a small fee to them to make you guys take back Sancho Friday. That's the there's
that meme of the guy. You agreed to give the Indian guy going to the off license with a Red Bull.
You agreed to give us Sterling and pay half the wages.
How much is this Red Bull? He does £1.50. He puts 50 people.
You agreed to give us Sterling and pay half the wages as long as you take him for the whole year.
Yeah, because the thing is, we're probably going to try to sell him again next season because we weren't able to sell him, like, obviously.
And now his value has decreased even more.
It is what it is, but I just think for me, these guys just want to make break even, innit? With like stuff like that. I don't really care about that stuff. At the end of the day,
talk about the stuff that happened after and during the game? Because I feel like that's more.
What happened after the game?
Before or after the game? During the game, Maresca went up to one of my players, Timber, shook his hand, and he told him to try harder. What do you think?
Maresca didn't say that. Your player did that, bro. No,
my player told your manager to try harder after he started.
Again, it just goes back to what I was speaking about, mentality. You know what I mean? The manager should know. If I had someone, for example, just even Frank Lampard was like one of my previous managers, bro. He would not shake your hand after being told to try harder, bro. He would go ballistic. Conte would probably be doing the same. Sarri would probably do the same, even though he's probably a bit more of a guy that a bit more of an inner emotion sort of fella. Mourinho, if he was my manager back then, would not accept it. Ancelotti, I can name you all my previous managers. None of them would have accepted that, bro. And again, I just think for me, again, it just goes back to the same.
Timber embarrassed him, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. I agree with that. That's what I'm talking about again. Mentality, bro. What is going on there? Like, I can't believe my own manager allowed that to happen to him, bro. He just got punked. Legit. On the pitch. And then again, he got punked again by a player on the pitch again. So, there's not much to really say there at the end of the day.
Fair. Anybody else have anything to say on this game before we move on? I think we got a little
I was just gonna say it was incredibly dusty, and I was watching Lazio get fucking battered by Bologna more, and I was more intrigued in that fucking game than the Arsenal Chelsea one. That's how bad that game was.
How did Nico Williams do?
Or no. Are you talking?
Nico Williams plays for Atletico. No, he doesn't play for Lazio.
No, Atletico Bilbao.
I was confused. Yeah, he's watching Lazio Bologna, bro. That's in Italy.
I was watching the Lazio Bologna game.
Oh, I thought you said Atletico Bilbao. My bad.
Oh my
No,
God,
no.
you're killing me,
I might
bro.
have said
Man.
it. I might have said it fast. I didn't watch them actually this weekend. They played Sevilla and 1-1 nothing.
No, you guys don't know.
Really a Nico
Strasbourg
Williams.
Steve has like his house is like VAR. He has like 15 TVs to watch games.
Yeah, I know. We got to Strasbourg, man.
Anyways,
But
Rock,
yeah,
you got
that
anything
game
to
was-
say on
that
Chelsea
game was
Arsenal?
nice.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I did a whole match reaction. There's not much positive to be said about either team, to be fair.
I think I predicted a draw on here, and then I went on Mo's channel the day after, and I was like, you know what? I think Arsenal have a solid defense, and they're capable of getting a goal. I couldn't see Chelsea scoring against them, so I thought the absolute best that Chelsea could get is a draw. But actually, I predicted a 1-0 win, so I think a 1-0 or 2-0 win for Arsenal.
Especially with Cole Palmer out, that's a good call.
Yeah, but I mean, we didn't know. I think he was necessarily going to be out before the game, but I think
no, we knew about 18 hours earlier.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I didn't know, but anyway, the point is that Chelsea's recent form has been really bad, and it doesn't bode well for this like last stage of the season. And I've said before. I mean, we've said it on a few streams. Like Chelsea need to get Champions League football. If they don't get Champions League football, I think they're in serious financial issues. I don't know. They're going to have to sell off a lot of players. They're going to have to, I don't know how much business they're going to be able to do.
No, thank you. Because a lot of people in the chat are basically saying that Chelsea don't need to get top 4. And when I mentioned the 1.5 billion spent, it's like, oh, well, every club spends money. Okay, forget the money spent. But even
I don't know why they're lying to you though. So listen, anyone that says that to you is lying to you because the club themselves have come up and said that too. So they're just lying.
The money that they've made back through sales, it's not 1.5, is it?
I don't know. That I can't tell you off the top of my head. And but I'm trying to say to you, is I agree with you. I'm telling you, even the club is
I hear it. Forget the money. For me, forget the money. Like your squad in the at the beginning of the season. By the way, Rack, sorry, I apologize if I came too much on the Salah talk. It's just, bro, like you guys bottled it against Newcastle.
We're brothers, man.
And bro, like
listen,
I was so shocked.
Is Jay on me or is he talking to us? I'm confused.
I'm just talking to Rack quickly. By the way, it's not personal, but bro, you bottled it. Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
The Chelsea scenario, bro. Like, if you don't get top 4, it's a massive L. It's a massive L, bigger than Arsenal not winning the league, bigger than City finishing at the top 4. Because for me, the team that you guys had, I put you guys top 4 at the beginning of the season. Jay, I know you put Chelsea top 4 beginning of the season. So. Yeah,
what made you put Chelsea top 4? Like, what did you look at them and be like, oh, I like this, and this about them?
That's such a good question. For me, it's their squad. For me, they built such a good squad. They had 3 players in each position. All of them can relocate. They had like Nkunku, they had Felix, they had Jackson, they had Sancho, they had Palmer, Madueke, even in midfield. The numbers in midfield: Caicedo, Enzo. Who's the other guy you haven't? You've got so many players.
Flavia.
Yeah. So for me, it's like, there's no way you cannot get top 4. But
we lost half that depth. We lost like 3/4 of that depth in January.
But hold on one sec. But whose fault is it that you buy players for 6 months later and 12 months later for them not to be fit for purpose?
No. I don't disagree with that, Jay.
So the way
I'm just giving context. I'm giving context to this. What I'm saying. I agree with what Emma's saying, but then this happened as well. That's all I'm saying.
No one asked for If you need context to make yourself feel better about the decisions your sporting directors are making,
I don't want my sporting directors, Jay.
That's why I didn't mention Palmer.
Process too much. All we're saying is we don't care how many 21-year-old defensive midfielders you signed via Sporting Lisbon. It is what it is. It's fine. Like whether it's Santos or Leslie or Eswago or
oh my god,
18-year-old.
I
don't know, man. Just wrap it up and put the 5th place, extra coefficient Champions League place in the bag. Do you know what I mean?
Beginning of the season, Sancho, Palmer, Jackson, and Nkunku, Enzo, Madueke, Neto. That's just their attack.
Is that meant to impress me?
Yo, you know what it is?
Yeah,
I don't think we can deny.
That don't impress me much.
No, but Steve,
I don't think we can deny that that's a
now it's we need to buy a striker.
Yeah, that's why I put them like 6th. I had them behind Villa.
They wanted a striker in the summer, to be fair, guys. But I'm just gonna end off the Chelsea segment by saying one thing. Does anybody believe Chelsea will fall out of the top 4? Raise your hand.
Yeah.
I think it's 50-50 at this stage because
the problem. Can I just go quickly?
Top 5, then.
The problem is, I can't listen. If there's one thing I can still count on is that the other teams around me are also going to still doing the Fugazi stuff that I'm doing too.
You think Newcastle can catch you?
They could still be in that fight. It doesn't matter. I'm not. That could be a reality. But
we host Chelsea, third last game of the year.
Yeah, third last game of the year. Our last 5 games are actually quite difficult.
Yeah,
Our last 5 games are difficult. But like I think it's like Liverpool, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, United, and there's like another team. That escapes my memory.
Do you play Ipswich?
Yes, but we played them like a bit more earlier on. Though we played them a bit more earlier on.
If Palmer does not get himself back on form for the Ipswich game.
Our first game back is Tottenham, though. So,
you're gonna
what's the Ipswich you got to do?
Jay, I was just gonna say, right?
Do you see yourself losing to Chelsea right now?
Arsenal team with no striker and no winger. Yeah, a week before they drawed to a dead Man United team with none of our best players.
Yeah, Jay, we faced it after international break.
Let me segue this to Tottenham.
You should be ashamed.
Tottenham just lost to Fulham. You have no chance.
I don't know what to say at this point, man. The game's the game.
Do you back yourself? You don't back yourself versus Chelsea, do you?
Lee, Jay, and Rack.
No, not really. We never win at Chelsea.
Jay, what's going on at Tottenham? At this point, you gave up on the manager?
What is it going on?
Or you gave up on the league?
End of the
season, Dave.
We'll evaluate the season at the end of the season. Like it's a very difficult one.
Evaluate the season
at the end of the season.
Pardon?
Wow.
Well, he's talking like me when I talk about Arteta.
I'm not gonna
except more rationally.
Yeah, it's like listen, the way I look at it is
he's talking like he's going for a divorce.
No, I fluctuate on Ange, but here's the long and short.
How do you fluctuate with him? Where does the up come from? That's my question.
Ange is fluid.
Okay, listen,
give him a chance,
as someone that follows Newcastle, you can appreciate how badly your form fell off when you had fundamental injuries to the side.
Sure.
Yeah. Sure. And it picked up when they came back. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, look at it like this, right? I think to myself, all right, no Van der Ven, no Romero, host of other injuries, but let's focus on the 2 main centre backs. Yeah. All right. If one of those centre backs had been fit for that 3-month period, how many more points do I think Spurs would have? How many more wins?
That many more. I don't
3,
think because
4.
Sure, I'll give you.
Okay,
6.
cool.
I'll go with 6.
Let's say 6 would put Tottenham 3rd.
No, that's too much.
That's what I'm saying. Even if you give Spurs 3 or 4 wins, they're right.
I'm saying. Oh, I thought you. Sorry, I'm not 6 wins.
Some wins, bro. They should be draws and losses, bro.
All I'm saying is Spurs have massively underachieved, but it's also a strong Premier League. And when you look at the teams that, in the Bournemouths and the Brightons and the
Forest,
all of these teams have been more consistent and better than Spurs this season. So, to be below these teams, it's like with your injuries, with your form, and I don't want to normalize mediocrity. That's the issue you've got. Yeah. I think it's rational to say you gotta win the Europa League to save your job. I think.
How realistic do you think that is? I think Frankfurt. I think
you watch this weekend. You tell me.
I think Frankfurt will beat you. To be honest,
probably. I think I don't have.
They've got a better squad at the moment, and I like Topmuller as well as a manager.
Yeah,
you got Ekitike in form. A good midfield, lots of young talents. Larson, Elias Shkiri, like they got balls in their team. Ohio, that wing back is freaking good.
Yo, Steve, sorry man. Jay said the quality in the Premier League is too high at the moment, and you got teams like Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest and Brighton and Aston Villa, bro. If Chelsea, Tottenham, Manchester United, Man City didn't have the fall off they had this season, I don't believe none of these teams will have a chance. I feel like if anything, it's down to us underperforming.
But why have these teams had fallings off? It's not just because of the failings of those teams. The quality around the teams is better. The team, like it's
quality's
like,
just been dead, bro.
That when you talk about Europe to me is almost an impact of the high level of quality and physicality in the Premier League. Like when you see Premier League,
I don't think it's quality, man. Like the other day, I watched the Arsenal Chelsea game. Shit quality. It's dead. Like guys, I wanna challenge you guys. Name me the last quality game you saw in the Premier League, please.
Brighton Man City.
That was a decent game.
Brighton Man City was probably the best EPL game of the week.
So my issue,
Marwan, you're talking to someone, by the way, that thinks the EPL is on level terms quality wise with the other top 5 leagues.
My issue
for years.
I don't rate the Premier League, man.
I don't either. I think it's
I think the thing is, I think what has changed is scouting, right? I think a lot of these mid-table teams now in the Premier League have realized, the value of actually scouting, data analysis, and stuff like that, and that's allowing them to bring up these maybe sometimes younger to middle-aged guys into their teams and provide the quality. And what's happened is at the top, right? Because we've been known to buy big players with a big amount of money. Those has not worked out. That's now costing these top teams, right? And then it's forcing them now to do what these other clubs at the bottom have been already doing previously, right? And so the drop off has begun to have met, if that makes sense.
I think the too many games.
Brighton are the best run club in the Premier League.
Legit, yes.
Brentford have come from Brentford and Brighton. Look at their histories; they've been nowhere near touching the Premier League
and
for the entire history of the Premier League and going back to the early 80s, right?
Exactly,
They've had a meteoric rise because they're so well run. Same with Bournemouth. Bournemouth's recent recruitment, they had a couple of yo-yo seasons, but they've now established like all these smaller clubs who aren't traditionally big clubs. They're so well run. And that's why they're in the positions they are.
Yeah,
right? And then also the fact that the financial impact of the Premier League.
Exactly.
The fact is that
money these
other Premier League teams can't simply go to Brighton and say, you know what, give us, here's 20 million, give us Caicedo, here's 20 million, give us so-and-so. They're like, motherfucker, I'm making 120, 130 million pounds a year. If you ain't paying what I'm going to pay, see you later.
Right. I think other teams, just to touch on what you just, I agree, but I think other teams have caught up, you know? The likes of Villa, the likes of Fulham, London Club, the likes of, Chelsea.
1 second, but bro, it's not caught up. I think Chelsea's ownership are part of the problem in the fact that they did not keep up with the other teams. That's why they spent money heavily the last couple of windows.
But City spent 250 million in the January.
I don't think it's a manager issue.
They're still not clicking.
I don't think it's a manager issue at Tottenham. To be 100% balanced, I think it's an institutional issue. Their ambition is from the top down, and they just don't have the same level of ambition as the other clubs in and around them, because just look at how they're run. They were in a cup final, sacked the manager. They had Pochettino at having Tottenham competing for leagues. They didn't even back him to give him more to win that league. I'm not going to lie to you. Tottenham's ownership and management have done more damage to their footballing aspirations than they've done to them as a football club.
Probably worse than Man United and the Glazers. And we still won 2 trophies in the last 2 years.
James has the right to reply.
Hold on 1 second. Just to rebut on that point that you got made, because it's very easy when your team is completing the rebuild that you're doing to look back at the fact that you don't remember when your team wanted to invest money in your squad and made bad signings for money. It impacted the material side because you can't afford to get big transfers wrong as a team that can't, continue to put money. You do an Ndombele, you do a Lo Celso, you do these transfers and they don't work out. And then COVID happened because you're neglecting to talk about COVID happened. New stadium, COVID. So everyone had different issues, and Spurs didn't do well and didn't build on it. And I think if you look at Spurs' squad now on roster, we have got a good young squad. You need to put some finishing touches to it, but there's a lot of talented players that are young in that team, and I think whether it's Ange, whether it's somebody else, people are in the comments I'm seeing talking about. I'm saying, listen, when I look at a Bournemouth team and you look at the quality of player in that team, and you see how many of those players could go for 50, 60 million tomorrow, like then you go to Brighton, do the same thing. Go to Forest, do the same thing. And you're seeing these teams have got multiple high market value players at good ages who are putting in performances weekly. And then you'll see why it's so high. Brentford could go to Bournemouth and just beat them. Do you know what I mean? It's a tricky league. So we'll see. I think Thomas Frank could be interesting. I'm intrigued by him. Like, do you know what I mean? Because when he was at Brentford, but they were in the Championship, he was at the top of the league, played a slightly different style of football, was intended to win every week. I'd kind of be intrigued to see how his game scales up and like how he would go with something like that.
Got to go, by the way, yeah.
Big up, Ahmed.
Big up, Ahmed. Love, bro.
Big up, Bridge.
Jay, to let a brother like Nunes go, bro.
You love Nunes tonight, don't you?
No, I'm talking about is it Espirito? What's his name, bro?
Oh, it's Nunes.
Nuno.
Nuno, Nuno.
Nunes on the brain, you mocked it. Nuno's Espirito Santo,
yeah. Lads, I'm actually telling you the truth. He was on my flight on the way to Corfu, just a normal geezer, and he's sitting third in the Premier League.
What were you expecting to be looking
what
like?
A guy.
He's like just walking around like a big man. Third in the league.
Guys, let's end it off. Before we end it off, though, I just want to show you guys something. Did you guys see that random guy? This is the most interesting thing I've seen on the internet lately. This guy. Don't you guys find this shit funny? Have you seen this guy? No?
Yeah, I just saw this. I don't understand. What's the point? Like,
what is this?
This guy, he records TikToks of himself, and he's like super fast hands.
What?
What?
Egal, what's going on? What's going on?
Egal, do you know I'm playing for the goalkeepers coach?
Honestly, that was as interesting as the Man United game on the weekend.
Oh shit, you roasted him. Damn.
You're sending shots, bro. Like you scored from a set piece.
Again. No, I'm saying you guys won 3-0, but wallahi, I don't think too many people were tuned in.
I was too busy getting wasted, to be fair. Yeah.
I fell asleep. I was waiting for iftar during your game, bro. I'm not like.
Did you watch the Man United game?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
Bruno, did you see Bruno's goal?
Anybody else watch the Man United game?
Oh, don't.
Hey, a miracle happened.
As a chairman,
Hoyland scored with his right
foot. As a chairman, Hoyland. Like now everyone's on board with Bruno. It's getting a bit full on the bandwagon. Do you know what I mean? Like now everyone. It's easy to praise Bruno now, yeah. But like, okay, it's fine. But no, listen, man, Bruno's you know what? Yeah, my friend has a theory on Bruno. I'm going to steal this theory, and it's going to become my theory. Bruno's an amazing player. Yeah,
I don't know about
him. To get the best out of Bruno, yeah, the team is capped at Bruno's ability. Yeah, and when you think about it, you kind of it's almost like, all right, if Bruno was Messi, you could justify letting the team be capped at Bruno's ability. Do you see what I mean?
Because it's Messi's ability.
Exactly. Yeah. But because of Bruno, regardless of the fact he's very, very good, if you cap the team at his ability, there's a limitation due to his style of play, the giveaways, the aggressive, the forcing the play. So the team could only be as good as Bruno, and that can be very, very good, but maybe not good enough to win major leagues.
Unfortunately, a lot of Man United fans are like split down the middle. A lot of them call him world class.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them, it's tough, bro.
I love Bruno.
I argue with my own friends on a daily basis. Like, without Bruno, we'll be relegated. Without Bruno, we'll be this. Oh no, the best one, Agal. The best one is Bruno could perform in any system in any team because he's
that's crazy.
You don't think so?
Because he's performing in a Man United system and he's still getting GNA, he's still getting the numbers. You know, think of Real Madrid, Man City, Arsenal. Gal, by the way, before you Arsenal, before you answer, a lot of Arsenal guys said Bruno would cook at Arsenal. I think he would.
We need a goal scoring midfielder.
Listen, don't listen.
Would you say Bruno's?
I'm a huge.
Bruno's better than Odegaard. Then Bruno's better than Odegaard.
Bruno's a better goal scorer.
You know what's funny? Yeah, Odegaard had a lights out season, and
oh my god! Don't do this again. We just had this argument 20 minutes ago.
Nah, but hold on. If you think about it, Odegaard, Bruno, from day dot that he got to the Premier League, was putting up disgusting numbers. Yeah, what? Odegaard has a great season, and everyone starts saying, "Oh, Odegaard's better than Bruno. Look at what he does." But the thing is that if you look at the profiles, if you look at them from like the Man City point of view, and I'm not obviously saying they're as good per se, but I'm saying Bruno's the KDB and Odegaard's the Bernardo. Yeah, and it's like you don't want Bernardo running the team all season. That's what you want the X factor for. And I think Bruno's just got more X factor than Odegaard. And he's a clutch guy, Bruno. Let's be honest. He's a if you look at his catalogue of like big game performances.
Jay, I'm so happy you said that, bro.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
I watched his goals under Ollie, and since now
Odegaard is better. Odegaard is better.
No, he's not.
Odegaard is better. Odegaard is having a poor season, and you guys are capitalizing on dunking on Odegaard. The last three seasons have been on par or better than Bruno's.
Nah, bro. Disagree.
Steve, you getting the stats up?
Last three.
Give me. No, all I'm saying is give me.
Fact check this, please.
All I'm saying is give me Ryan Cherky over both of them. How about that?
Nah, bro, you're aesthetic merchant. You just want to see
Cherky's good.
I've been Maximum 2.0.
I've been
like the Moroccan C Maximum.
No. I've been a heavy critic of Cherky since he was fucking 17. Like I said,
guys just want to
guys just want to is finally having the season.
Go watch F2, bro.
Bro,
Jeremy Lynch will show you more than that guy.
Thiago as well. Keep an eye.
Anyways, Man United, fair play. Garnacho scored a goal. Rasmus Højlund matched. What do you call it? Mikel Moreno's. Rasmus Højlund had 24 hours to match. Whatever his name is. He had 24 hours to match Erling Haaland, and he did it. What else is there? No, I meant to say Mikel Moreno. I don't know why I said Erling Haaland. That's wild.
Beast Moreno. Yeah.
Anyways, I'm out of here, people. You guys have a good one, guys. Good show. We're not going to talk about Man City today. They dropped points to Brighton.
It's a good game.
Speaking about Vader couldn't make it, and Patrick had to go before we can get to that section. But yeah, it was a good show. Today's show not only is a charity stream, guys. Make sure you guys do donate to Patrick if you can.
Oh yeah, guys, big up Patrick, man. Lovely guy. He's actually going through it. It's bone cancer. I didn't even know the stream was for Patrick. Guys, honestly, he's raised quite a bit of money. He's a good guy as well. So everyone put in, man. Big up everyone.
Let's get his thingy up, man.
He's nearly there. He's nearly there. The community and the support is crazy, Rack. Like he started with 5K.
Bro, he didn't realize GoFundMe take a big chunk, bro.
Yeah. Not only that, look, but like guys, when we started this is how you know, like when you support the community and you get down with the people you actually are with and you support each other. He started with 4-5K. He's the last time I checked, he was nearly on 10-11K. So I don't know what he's on.
Yeah, he's on 13 and a half.
Oh, guys, this is massive. Guys, you know Patrick. He's he's been on Never a Foul. He's been on.
I'm gonna put the link in the thingy in the chat. Shit, I can't go. You might have to put the link in the chat.
And it's pinned in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, big up again, man. Big up everyone jumping on.
Guys,
big up the chat.
Have yourselves a wonderful day. Catch you guys in the next video. Love for the love people. Have yourselves a good night, good weekend. International break. We might not be doing as much content, but guess what? We'll be back Friday with some sort of gimmick.
No, Gal, guess what? We'll wait another 70 years for Steve to win another trophy.
Yeah.
You know what we'll do? We'll do some rankings. We haven't done rankings in a while. I don't know if Jay likes rankings, but all I know is Jay definitely likes to be objective. So it's gonna be.
What's the best young player at Spurs?
Oh, you know what we could do? International break. International break. We could actually evaluate England because Jay loves to talk England.
I think when we had a true Englishman like Southgate in charge, when that was
you're Brexit,
it's just like, fine, if we must, like I'm not even sure he's gonna sing the national anthem. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
I don't think he would. He's German.
I was gonna say
you can't sing the national anthem.
So,
you can't.
We'll see. We'll see.
Fuck about England.
If England played Germany and Tuchel knocks out Germany, would he be banned from his own country?
No, he can't be banned. He's a German national. Of course, he can't be banned.
But
give him British citizenship.
I'm German and I hate the fuck. I'm glad he's at England.
Anyways, have a good one, guys. Not copium. Copium's unfair.